What if I told you there's a simple, ancient Japanese concept that could save you money, reduce your stress, and transform your relationship with stuff? In a world where we're constantly bombarded with ads, flash sales, and the pressure to buy, impulse buying has become a silent epidemic. That quick click, that spontaneous purchase, that feeling of, I deserve this, it all adds up, leaving us with cluttered homes, empty wallets, and a nagging sense of dissatisfaction. But in Japan, there's a quiet wisdom, a single word that acts as a powerful antidote to this consumer frenzy, Mottainai. It's more than just a word, it's a profound philosophy. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your purchases or your life the same way again. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what Mottainai is, how it silently stops impulse buying in its tracks, and how you can use this powerful rule to bring more peace, intention, and abundance into your life, starting right now. So, if you're tired of the impulse cycle, stick around. This concept just might be the financial and emotional reset you've been waiting for. What is Mottainai? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you bought something and then immediately felt a twinge of regret? Maybe it was a new gadget you didn't need, clothes you already had, or food that ended up in the trash. That feeling, that quiet pang of waste? In Japan, there's a word for it, Mottainai. Literally, it means what a waste. But it's so much more than that. It's a profound feeling of regret for squandering something that has inherent value. Whether it's food, materials, time, energy, or even talent, it's a reverence for resources and a deep appreciation for the effort, thought, and resources that went into creating something. Imagine looking at a half-eaten plate of food and feeling not just I'm full, but a deep understanding of the farmer who tilled the soil, the water that nourished the crops, the sun that helped them grow, and the cook who prepared the meal. That interconnectedness, that respect for the entire chain of creation, is the essence of Mottainai. In Western culture, we often celebrate acquisition. Retail therapy is a common phrase. We're taught that buying new things will make us happy. But Mottainai flips this on its head. It suggests that true joy comes not from acquiring more, but from appreciating, utilizing, and respecting what we already have. It's the opposite of our disposable culture. It's the antithesis of impulse buying. Because when you feel Mottainai, you pause. You don't just see an item, you see its journey, its potential, and the consequences of its waste. The impulse buying trap where Mottainai intervenes. So, how does this ancient concept stop modern impulse buying? Let's break down the impulse buying cycle and see where Mottainai steps in. The typical impulse purchase often starts with a trigger, an alluring ad, a flash sale, a feeling of boredom or stress, or seeing what someone else has. We feel a sudden urge, a craving for instant gratification, and then, without much thought, we buy. The thrill is fleeting, and often regret follows. Mottainai disrupts this entire cycle by injecting mindfulness and respect at every stage. Think of it this way. Before the purchase, when you encounter something new, instead of just seeing shiny new object, Mottainai prompts you to consider its value. Not just its price tag, but the resources used to make it, the labor involved, its true utility. Do I truly need this? Is this the best use of my resources? My money, my time, my mental space? This pause, this moment of profound consideration often stops the impulse dead in its tracks. During the purchase, if you decide to buy, Mottainai encourages appreciation. You're not just swiping a card, you're engaging in an act of exchange for something you genuinely value. This fosters a sense of gratitude and intentionality, making the purchase feel more meaningful and less impulsive. After the purchase and beyond, this is where Mottainai's power truly shines. It encourages you to use what you have to its fullest potential. You're less likely to discard something quickly, less likely to let it sit unused because you feel that regret for waste. This leads to a longer lifespan for your possessions, less clutter, and a greater appreciation for everything you own. It's not about being cheap or denying yourself joy. It's about valuing abundance in what you already have and recognizing the true cost to you and to the planet of thoughtless consumption. Mottainai can be broken down into 4 powerful interlinked principles that serve as your practical guide to stopping impulse buying and living more intentionally. These are often referred to as the 4 R's. Reduce. This is the first line of defense against impulse buying. Mottainai encourages you to simply buy less. Before any purchase, ask yourself, do I truly need this? Or is this just a momentary want, influenced by external pressures? By reducing your consumption, you reduce waste, save money, and free up mental energy. This is about being a conscious consumer, not a compulsive one. Reuse. Instead of immediately buying new, Mottainai prompts you to ask, can I use something I already own in a different way? Can I repair this broken item? Can I borrow or find this secondhand? This principle celebrates creativity and resourcefulness. It's about giving objects a second life, appreciating their utility, and extending their journey rather than instantly replacing them. Recycle. When an item has genuinely reached the end of its useful life, Mottainai guides you to recycle responsibly. This isn't just about tossing something in the right bin. It's about acknowledging that even at its end, a material still has potential to be transformed into something new. It's respecting resources until their very last breath. Respect. This is the underlying spirit of all 4 R's. Mottainai teaches us to respect everything. The objects themselves, the materials they're made from, the human effort involved in their creation, and the natural resources consumed. When you infuse your decisions with this level of respect, impulse buying, driven by fleeting desire, loses its power. These aren't rigid rules. They're gentle questions that bring clarity and intention to your consumption habits. Living Mottainai, your daily practice. So, how do you integrate Mottainai into your daily life to stop impulse buying cold? It's simpler than you think. The pause before the purchase. This is your most powerful tool. When you feel the urge to buy, pause for 24 hours. Ask yourself, do I truly need this? Do I already own something similar that could serve the same purpose? What effort went into making this? Think beyond the price, materials, labor, environmental cost. Will this add genuine value to my life? Or is it just a fleeting desire? Often, the urge passes and you realize you don't need it at all. Practice gratitude for what you have. Before you consider buying something new, take stock of what you already possess. Truly appreciate the clothes in your closet, the food in your pantry, the furniture in your home. This cultivates contentment and reduces the craving for more. Repair, don't replace. Learn to mend. Whether it's a torn garment, a wobbly chair, or a simple appliance, embrace the act of repair. Not only does it save money, but it fosters a deeper connection and respect for your belongings. Buy with intention. When you do buy, make it a conscious choice. Invest in quality items that will last, support ethical brands, and choose things that genuinely align with your values and needs. Each purchase becomes an act of deliberate intention, not an impulse. Mottainai isn't about deprivation. It's about liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the cycle of endless wanting and discovering the profound abundance that already exists in your life. The rule of Mottainai isn't just about saving money or reducing clutter. It's about awakening something much deeper, a sense of reverence for life itself. It invites us to slow down and really see the world around us, to look at the objects in our homes not just as things, but as holders of energy, effort, and stories. It shifts our perspective from one of scarcity and endless desire to one of respect, intention, and quiet sufficiency. In a world that constantly tells you to do more, own more, be more, Mottainai offers a radical, almost rebellious truth. You already have enough. When you embrace this, something shifts. You begin to move through life with more grace. You pause before purchasing. You notice what you already have. You take care of things more tenderly. And that impulse to fill every empty moment with a click, a swipe, a new package at the door, it starts to dissolve. Because Mottainai isn't just a rule, it's a lens. It helps you trade fleeting impulse for lasting intention. It replaces anxiety with calm. It transforms a life of constant wanting into a life of deep appreciation. And that, in itself, is a kind of wealth few people ever discover. So here's my gentle challenge to you. For the next 7 days, let Mottainai be your guide. Before every non-essential purchase, take a moment, breathe, ask yourself, do I truly need this? Is this purchase in alignment with my values, or just filling a temporary void? Could I find comfort not in this object, but in presence, creativity, or connection? You may be surprised at what happens. That single pause has the power to clear mental fog, reduce stress, and reconnect you with what truly matters. It's not just about your wallet, it's about your well-being, your focus, your inner peace. And when you start to notice that shift, not just in how you spend, but in how you feel, come back here and share it. What's one item you've been tempted to impulse buy recently, and how did Mottainai help you see it differently? I'd love to hear your story. If this video helped you see your relationship with buying in a new light, please like it, subscribe to this channel, and share it with someone who might be stuck in the cycle of constant consumption. Because you don't need more to be complete. You don't need noise to feel alive. You are already enough. Let Mottainai remind you of that.